internet!
And welcome to Rehashing Old Material with your hosts, Fighting Leaf and Husky the Wolf. Some of you OG fans of mine might remember a little segment we made many years ago called Storytime with Husky and Leaf.
We took that time to tell the classic Japanese folktale Momotaro in honor of our trip to Japan. Like, actual freaking Japan!
That's nice, Husky. So, we're going to be telling you that story again because, well, our initial telling was extremely old, very low quality, and didn't even have any background music.
Crank it! Now that's better. Now let's tell the story right.
Long ago, in a distant village, an old man and an old woman lived together in a cottage in the woods.
So, was it a village or the woods? Don't ask questions.
One day, while the woman was out doing laundry in the river, she happened upon a peach the size of a millstone.
That's like almost 2 basketballs wide. So she thought, peach. And so, she decided to take it home so that she could feed her husband with it. Because, free food floating down the river. What could possibly go wrong?
When she took it home and they finally took their first slice of it, what should they discover in place of a pit? Then, a baby.
Yeah, this story's weird. Any dang way, they decided to raise the kid since they really didn't have any of their own.
And the child grew up to be Momotaro, which means Peach Boy.
I get it! So yeah, Momotaro grew up to be strong, smart, and healthy. Everybody loved him in the village. He was real popular with both the guys and the chicks, and he didn't really fit into one group. Pretty much got along with everyone,
But life was not all sunshine and rainbows growing up for him in the village. No, the real issue was that this village was often the victim of, demonic invasions.
That classic life issue we can all relate to. Anyway, after one particularly bad raid, the kid decided, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna take this to Oni Island and make sure they never come back here again.
Oni Island was the place where these demons came from. And whenever they would arrive, Oni Island would appear just offshore.
Now, obviously, Mom and Dad didn't want to send their one and only child off to face these demons alone. But the kid was determined to go, so they decided, here, take these.
The first thing he was given for his battle was his father's sword. It wasn't necessarily the best, but it was what he had, and Momotaro was going to make use of it.
The second thing he was given was a bag of snacks called dango. They're like little millet dumplings that are like super sticky and good.
So, off our hero went to traverse the path to Oni Island. But then, he came across a bridge that was watched over by a dog. And the dog said to him,
Hey, yo! Momotaro! Where you going? You got snacks? I like snacks!
Momotaro, knowing he'd need all the help he could possibly get, offered the dog one of his dango in exchange for his help in the battle.
The dog agreed, and upon eating one of the dango, he was like, and then he shot up into the air and exploded in a great wave of fireworks before drifting downward like a little feather on the wind.
That is not what remotely happened. You were just reciting an episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
I like that show, screw you.
However, the dango did infuse the dog with a great deal of both strength and courage, and he was more determined than ever to drive out the Oni threat.
Later on in their path, they came upon a tree, and in that tree was a monkey. And that monkey was like, Hey guys! You got snacks? I see a pouch, and they contain snacks sometimes. Can I have a snack?
To which our intrepid heroes looked up at him and said, Oh, you can have one, but they're not free. In order to have one of these delicious dango, we're going to need your help to fight the Oni.
Fight the Oni? Are you crazy? Oh, that's good. Long story short, the monkey joined their party.
And so they continued on their way until they crossed paths with a pheasant on the road.
And And when the pheasant saw them, he was all like, pheasant, pheasant, I'm a little pheasant. Wait a second, is that Dongo? I want Dongo. Please give me Dongo! Pheasant.
You really liked that bit from the original, didn't you?
Pheasant!
Anyway, Momotaro made the same offer to the pheasant as he did to the other animals. And when the pheasant tasted the dango, it felt a strong surge of strength through its body again and agreed to join them in the battle.
And then, the day arrived. They made it to the shore, and the path to Oni Island was raised.
They drew up a short battle plan. The pheasant flew over the top of the walls to distract the guards, while the monkey climbed over the gate to unlock it from the inside.
As they rushed in, they started just going ape all over the demons, lashing and slashing and biting and pecking and scratching and gouging eyes out and throwing blood all over the place. It was a complete total massacre!
Most tellings of this story omit the more graphic details, but that is basically what happened. This continued until they came across the Oni King, and when Momotaro faced him in single combat, he managed to get the upper hand and drove the king into a corner.
If you don't agree to get out of my neighborhood for good, I'm gonna lance you to the wall!
With that compelling piece of negotiation, the Demon Lord agreed never to return to Momotaro's village and to return all of their stolen goods and treasures.
And so, Momotaro, the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant all returned as big stinking heroes. The end!
Alrighty. Now that that's happened, Husky and I are gonna have to figure out exactly how to overcome certain personal issues that have been getting in the way of making YouTube videos for you guys.
And we don't mean crap like this. We're talking about, like, the big movie reviews that y'all came to see.
We've just been having difficulty as of late getting really motivated to continue making them. Certain other things just come more naturally to us. Today's Patreon shout goes to Shammy, Bashful Ivory, Joyful Cryptid, Megan Cloud, and Sonic Destroyer 12.